Hello, my name's Axel Kramer and I'm a host for Thought Lounge, and this is my British accent. I suppose I'll tell you a bit about what Thought Lounge is. A Thought Lounge is a meetup with 5 or 6 people. They might be your closest friends or total strangers. Either way, you're meeting to have a dialogue on the topics closest to your heart, in a slightly formatted way to make sure that you come away from it feeling intellectually stoked and fuzzy on the inside every time. Each Thought Lounge is organised by an awesome host. The way it works is that loungers, which is what I call people who are going to go to do a Thought Lounge, sign up on the website or are invited personally by the host to meet up in a classroom, study room or cafe. All of them come prepared to facilitate a 12-minute dialogue on their topic. That's right, 12 minutes. You're given 12 minutes to do whatever you want with. The only restrictions are that 1, you can't lecture for the full 12 minutes. It's a dialogue, for Christ's sake. And two, the topic must be something you're extremely interested in and passionate about, and that you think people aren't being exposed to enough. Whether that's for their own happiness, because your topic makes you happy or stoked, like jazz, surfboard shaping, or the history of truth in math, or because you think it's a charged topic with significant repercussions if people are not thinking about it, such as the crisis in the Middle East, or water conservation, or the role of gender in exercise, or what happens after death. So each person goes and facilitates a dialogue on their topic, which takes about 12 times 5 or 6, so about an hour give or take. Then comes the cool part. After everyone is gone, we write all the topics up on the board, or on a piece of paper in the middle of the table, or someone's forehead, or, well, really whatever's available, and connect all of them, no matter how crazy tangential they might seem. You can imagine this makes for some pretty nutty connections, so we call it the connection section. Now I know all of this sounds pretty scary. I mean, 1, you have to think of this topic which is of utmost interest to you. That's like staring into the most ambiguous, frothy, vague, large black hole of an abyss containing everything, and trying to pull out something. But it doesn't have to become some sort of existential crisis. It should be easy. It should be the question or topic you think about in the shower, or want to hear people's opinions on in a party, but people blow it off as being too deep. There have been people who have done everything from what's the difference between romantic love and other types of love, to monoids in CS, to shit happens. Secondly, it might be a little scary because you have to lead this dialogue and present in front of people. Public speaking? It's one of the most feared things in America, and the world, and in England. But it's actually so relaxed once you get there, and much more informal than you think. It's a thought lounge, not a boardroom, for Christ's sake, so nobody's judging you. Bonkers. Often loungers just pose a question to the group and let the dialogue run, and that sometimes ends up being the best conversation of all. A thought lounge makes this kind of compassionate, provocative dialogue happen. How? Well, good grief and little fishes. Everyone explicitly agrees before Thought Lounge on 5 agreements, which are upheld by a host. They include agreeing that when someone's talking, everyone else is to listen to them as if they're the most important person in the world at that moment. To not talk for more than a minute at a time if you're not the one facilitating. To keep neutral body language and try to suspend judgment until after all perspectives have been laid out on the table. And that it's mutually understood that when a person attacks someone's idea, it's the idea they're attacking, and not the actual person's self. Unless, of course, you specify. And just generally not to be a Thought Lounge is about cutting the crap and getting past the what's your name, major, where are you from conversations to talk about what's really in your heart. It's about keeping love of learning fresh and fostering dialogue and having a damn good time.
Novus amores